Hello, how are you? I'm Chris of Chrissy's Over the Mountain Crochet, where I'll talk to you about crochet, crafting, sewing, anything that I love, anything that I love to do on my side of the mountain that makes me happy. And you know what? I'm so glad you're here. I hope you will enjoy your stay while you're on my side of the mountain. I want to talk to you a little bit about this leafy lace wrap. A friend of mine brought me these clips. She brought them to me at church. Let me get you a good look. Oh, how do I turn my camera? Oh, this is so silly. This totally goes against life. There we go. There we go. A friend of mine brought me this clip at church. She gave me 3 of these. She said, Chris, can you use these? I said, yes, I can use these. I can use them for photos, and I have a sloping shoulder, and I can use it to hold. Let me hold up my mannequin so you can see. I can use it to keep my keep this extra bit from falling off of my shoulder. It'll keep it all in place. Isn't the border lovely? Because I have a sloping shoulder and it's all going to fall apart. I love this leafy lace. Some of you all won a crochet pattern last week and you haven't claimed it yet. If you haven't claimed your pattern, you need to get with me. Stacy and I had the best time last Thursday. We enjoyed each other's company so much. It was so much fun. A lot of folks have told me that we need to do this more often. I hope we can do this more often. I would love it. If you are interested, I would love to go live with you, just like I went live with Stacy. We can talk about crochet, sewing, life, whatever you'd like to talk about. It will be fun. Hello, Ashley Johnson. How are you? Ashley, you are the first one to comment, and I haven't said this yet, but the first 2 that comment will get their choice of a crochet pattern of this leafy lace wrap or my newest crochet pattern. I have a new crochet pattern coming out, and it will be released later tonight. Hi, Kay. StreamYard seems to be better. Thank you. It's just my background is so dark. I wish I could figure out how to get it lighter. I have a lot of lights in here, Kay, but I don't know. But Kay, you can you get one of the patterns too, because you were the second one to comment. But it's good to see you. It's good to see you on my side of the mountain. But like I said, I would love to have you all come in with me. Like Stacy and I had the best time. I'm sure I'm going to have Stacy on, and I just need to find a time when I can have Courtney of Creations by Courtney. I would love to have designers come on and visit, but Courtney is such a busy young mother. She's a therapist. She has her doctorate degree. She's a therapist, but yet she loves crochet, and she is a machine. I don't know how she puts out. I know you have so many of them. Kay laughed and said, haha, I have so many of your patterns. You do. You have so many of my patterns. But Courtney amazes me at how much, how many patterns she puts out. But yet she has children. She has a husband that she cares for, and her own therapy business. She has her doctorate degree. She's just an amazing young lady. And I can't wait for her to come on. I just need to find a time. And she hasn't said she would. I'm just assuming that she would. Yeah. And give it to a daughter. Oh, Ashley, I am sorry that she lost her mother to cancer. Yes, maybe this would be the warm hug that she needs to help her remember. Any worsted weight or 4-weight yarn would do. I think this would be beautiful on a solid color, but I do like mandala yarn. It is soft. It's very soft, but any 4-weight yarn, this would probably work up nice in a bulky yarn. I would go up to a K hook. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that, Kay. Yes. Yeah. Yes, Ashley. I see what you're saying about the yarn. I think this would be just wonderful in a chunky. But you might want to go up to an L hook, actually. Sometimes doing those post stitches, there's a lot of post work on this. A lot of posting stitches. There's a lot of posting on this pattern. Anyway, sometimes that can wear on your wrist if the yarn is pulling against you and it's a little bit, of a pull. So yeah, so you please, if you're not a member of my Facebook group, Chrissy's Over the Mountain Crochet and Crafts, Ashley, if you could go join that group, and that way I had to make that group private. It used to be public, but had some spammers coming in, and the public really didn't care about my little crochet group anyway. So I made it private. So you'll have to ask to join, but I'd love to have you if you're not already over there. But when you get over there, once you make your leafy lace wrap, if you could post a photo, I would love that. Or if you could post it in the projects Ravelry, Ravelry, that would be wonderful too. But I have some announcements to make. Number one, I have a new design. Number two, there is a new blog hop happening tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. It's called All About Fall blog hop. I'll have one of my designs in there, and I've seen some of the other designs. They're very nice. If you don't want to hop the blog every day, then make sure if you don't want to hop the blog every day, you don't have to hop the blog every day. But if you want all the crochet patterns, you can purchase the bundle. There will be a bundle to purchase. Yes. Oh, okay. You've used my pumpkin patterns also. Yes. This was Lion Brand Mandala Chi. And there might be there is a link for it on my website. Yeah. Oh, that is sweet. I also, Ashley, I have a free download on my website that has some really pretty gift tags that I have made up. It's nice floral gift tags. I just thought of that by what Kay said, and you could print it out on cardstock. You could even blow it up, maybe write a little note, but it says something like "made just for you." I'll put all of the links that you're wanting in the description in the comments when I'm done with this live. It'll take me a while. This is my 4th live this morning. My first one was in the crochet group, and it was a mess. But anyway, I want to talk about the All About Fall blog hop. That starts tomorrow. So stay posted. I'll send out a newsletter, and then I have a new pattern, a new baby blanket pattern. A few years ago, I used Bernat Baby Blanket, and I designed a baby blanket that you could just use one ball and get a blanket that's 29.5 by 30 inches, or 30 inches around, or 29 inches around. And I thought, we have a lot of babies coming along in our church. Have 4 with my daughter. I have a daughter going to have a baby, but I have something special planned for her baby. But, and I thought, I'm going to duplicate that. It's so quick and easy to make one blanket, a crocheted blanket, out of one ball. And so I did that. And I also, my girlfriend, Nancy, she said, does this wash up nice? And I said, yeah, it washes up nice. And then I thought, I need to do a yarn review. And so I took a couple of samples. Let me find my samples. Phooey. Where did I put my samples at? Oh, no. Oh, wait, here they are. I made a couple of samples, and I washed them. And I mean, I really ran them through the washer and put fabric softener on them. And I don't know if you can see or not, but it gets fuzzy and soft. It's like something, and it really does come out nice and soft. Something a baby would want to hold and touch. And I also, before I washed it, I drew a circle around the yellow and the green one. And this shrunk just a tad, just a tiny, tiny bit. But this is really a beautiful yarn to use to make a baby blanket. But if you're making something that is very fitted, keep in mind it does shrink just a tiny, tiny bit. All right. So you want to see what the blankets look like. So the first blanket I made was a simple shells baby blanket, and it's been very popular. And this one uses the iris stitch. If you're not familiar with the iris stitch, it is 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the same stitch. And then the next stitch goes right into that chain 1. So iris stitch here, and then the next iris stitch goes right in that chain 1. You can make these while you're watching TV or while you're riding in the car. It's an easy, easy stitch. But the border, I don't know if this is a familiar border with anyone or a familiar stitch. If you know what it is, I'm calling it a slanted shell border. And you start out with a chain 3. You start with a slip stitch. And you chain 3 right at that slip stitch, then 2 double crochets right at that slip stitch. Then you go over a 1/2 inch to 1/4 of an inch, and you, excuse me, and you slip stitch again. And that causes that stitch to slant or tilt over, and it creates a little bit of a mountain ridge. And then you continue, chain 3, 2 double crochets right at the base of that slip stitch. Go over 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch, slip stitch, chain 3, 2 double crochets, and it causes all of those shells. Excuse me. Finally got that taken care of. It causes all of those shells to tilt, and I'm calling it the slanted shells border. But then I also found that you can execute 2 rounds of it. And when you're executing the second round, you place the slip stitch in the 3rd chain right there, and then build and make that slanted shell. And going around the corner is fairly easy. That's one corner. This was the end. That's not a good looking corner. I guess I didn't go around the corner that well, did I? Okay. So I think that was a beginning and an ending, and I wasn't sure how to end it. So, but this is a corner. And it looks really nice. I didn't have to make increases or make allowances for the fact that it's going around the curve. It just kind of happened, and it looks really, really nice. So I'm happy with these little blankets. This one is 31 inches around, I believe, and this one is 30 inches around. I think I was a little more relaxed when I made this one. I didn't have enough yarn to go around the border twice. This one, and they're both the same. They're both the same yarn. This one, I had enough yarn to go around twice. And you can really see the definition as I pull back on that. I really like the 2 rounds. I'm going to try to get the videos made tomorrow and this weekend for this. And I'm going to try my hand at 3 a triple border. See how that works out. I'll let you know. And I plan on going live next Thursday. I have some other things on tap. But one of the other things that I've been working on and that I think is fun are fall crafts. And I was at the Dollar General store, and they had placemats in this print. And this print, you get 2 of them for $3. And I thought, well, you could make fabric pumpkins out of these. And you can. And I did in the Facebook group. And that was quite silly. It was quite messy. I don't think I'm going to do that again. Chrissy, is there any way you can email the pattern links to me? I have been told to wait to purchase the Lacy Chemo shawl in September as I have a birthday on Saturday and I turned 38 years old. Well, Ashley, honey, because you commented, you don't have to purchase the pattern. I'm going to send it to you. It's a freebie. But I can send you links to my pattern shops if you'd like. I have several patterns. I have well over 200 crochet patterns. I bet, Kay, you don't have every single one because I've got some really, really old crochet patterns in my Etsy shop. I don't have all of my crochet patterns in my Ravelry shop. Nope, just some of them really are. Okay. So you can get 2 placemats for $3. And, oh, good. So someone's going to have a baby. So I guess you could choose the baby blanket and then purchase the link. So, oh, yeah, I'm glad to see you here, Ashley. All right. So I took 2 plates. I took a big plate. A big plate. I think this is a 10.5 inch and then a 7.5 inch, and they both fit on a placemat. And then I traced around them with a pencil. I didn't need a pen or anything. I just used a pencil. And then you cut out a circle. And it does not have to be perfect. You can make it oval if you want. And this is definitely not perfect. Then you turn over an edge and then you make a running stitch. And you pull that taut and you make a little bit of a sack. But you leave it open enough that you can get a little bag of poly pellets down in there. And I put these in pantyhose. I bought support pantyhose last winter because it was getting cold. And I thought, I don't want to buy tights. And it was getting cold and I wanted some support pantyhose. And I thought I could use some support pantyhose. But I could not get them on. I could not get those on. So I thought, well, I'll use these for little poly pellet bags. So what you do is you put some poly pellets down. I cut the legs off, put the poly pellets down in, tied a knot, then tied a second knot, then cut between the knots. And after I filled the bottom with some poly pellets and cut between the knot, and then then it's ready for the next little bit of poly pellets because there's a knot in it. But then you put this in the bottom of that little sack after you've turned. Well, Ashley, you've made my day too. Thank you for coming and commenting. That means a lot. But then you put this little poly pellet bag in the bottom of your pumpkin sack where you have had a running stitch and you've tightened it down. Then you finish stuffing it. But when you finish stuffing it, run your finger down in there and even poke a hole in the center of that poly pellet bag. You need a hole down in the center of everything. Then you close up that hole, finish closing up that hole and sewing the hole shut. Then you take this long needle. It's an upholstery needle. And I got this needle at Walmart. It's about 6 inches long and it's really sharp. Then you can take either crochet thread or this twine that I got at Joann's. It's by Hildy Joe. It's more of a refined twine. Then you take off about 2 yards, and I'm generous. You don't need 2 yards, yard and a half, but I'm generous because I just want to make sure I have plenty of twine. Then you thread the twine through the needle, and you start by going down through the center of the hole to the bottom, and you leave a long enough yarn tail that you can pull and go down through that pumpkin with this needle and make dents in this pumpkin. The YouTube video is already made. I made pumpkins last year, but I haven't made them with these little adorable gingham plaid placemats that are purchased at Dollar General store. So then you just keep turning and turning and making those little dents in the pumpkin. And if you have an ugly spot, you can cover it with felt on the bottom. I don't always have an ugly spot on my pumpkins. Sometimes it looks good, but sometimes, but felt is a wonderful way to cover any of that. And then you can make a little jelly roll felt pumpkin stem and glue that on the top. And this is the little pumpkin that I made in the crochet group. Isn't it cute? I can't wait to finish the rest of them. I will make a YouTube video on how to make the pumpkin using this fabric. But anyway, oh, and here are, there are different sizes of felt pumpkins. I have the tutorial, the photo tutorial on my website, plus how to make these felt pumpkins is also on the YouTube tutorial that I made last year of the fabric pumpkins. But anyway, so let's see, what else was it I was going to talk to you about? Okay, again, if you would like to be a guest with me and go live, I would love to have you. You don't have to be an expert on anything. I would just love to have you. Let me know. And if I can help you with anything, let me know. But it was really good to have you on my side of the mountain. I plan on going live next Thursday. If someone would like to go live with me next Thursday here on YouTube, I would love that. But if not, I have some things to show you. I mean, even if you just want to sit with me and talk to me while I'm showing what is happening next, that would be fun. I would love to have you. Anybody, just send me a note. I would love to have you. Well, it was good to have you on my side of the mountain. I'm going to sign off here and try to put everything back in order and get that pattern released. And it will be released later today. I'll send out a newsletter tomorrow. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.